The syntax is given here. How it is going to evaluate now? It is going to just match compare the expression with the pattern. If pattern is matched, then it is going to execute that specific command, right? And we discussed one example also, the same example. What exactly is this now? Star. It is a regular expression, right? If you enter anything other than 1 to 5, it will execute invalid option. Okay, let us discuss something more on the case conditional statement, nothing but matching multiple patterns. So the case conditional statement can also specify the same action for more than one pattern. Means it is possible to specify more than one pattern in the pattern field. Now this is the pattern field, right? This is the pattern field. And in this example, there's only one pattern in each conditions, right? In each line or in each expression, there's only one pattern. That is the patterns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then followed by star. Now it is also specified, it is also possible to make use of multiple what? Pattern. How? Likewise here, see, y or small y. Y, it's a single pipeline symbol. Now this is not logical or, right? It is just a pipeline symbol. Now this will evaluate either to the left or to the right if the pattern is matched. Now this is what the multiple pattern is. So in this example, what you're going to do, right? You're going to take a variable called ANS, that is answer, read the value of answer from the keyboard, right? Access that value, case $ANS in the pattern of these two. Means you are supposed to enter either capital Y as the pattern or small y as the pattern, or the other pattern is capital N as the pattern or small n as the pattern. Now there are two patterns here, right? Now the true case is what? When you press N, it is going to execute that particular statement. Now here there's no statement or the expression specified. Now this is just an example. If I click or press or if I enter small n or capital N, then the program has to terminate or it has to come out of the program. Then close the case. Now that is what actually matching multiple pattern. Okay. Now there's one more example given. Again, read the value for ANS from the keyboard. That is read ANS. Then use the case ANS in, right? And you need to enclose this ANS value within double quote or single quote if it is string. If it is a number, then no need to enclose. Then what I'm doing right now is, you can see, within the character class, within the character class, right? I'm writing two characters here, capital Y and small y. This tells actually what now you are supposed to enter either capital Y or small y. Then followed by, there's one more character class here, capital E or small e, capital E or small e. Means this, but what kind of pattern will be matched now? The pattern like, see, capital Y, then followed by any number of characters, star, y, yes, yes, then yes in all lowercase letter, or maybe y capital, then e small, then followed by s, or y small, e capital, then s capital, etc. Right? Now such patterns can be matched, and if it is matched, then it is going to execute the date command. What about no? Now the pattern for no is something like this: capital N, then followed by small o, or capital N followed by the capital O, or small n, small n, capital O. If these kind of pattern are matched, then exit, come out of the program. If I enter any other pattern other than these pattern that is specified within the character class, then it should display invalid response. Invalid response. Okay, guys. Did you understand? Okay, let us see an example also. Let us see an example. Okay, I will go to shell script directory because all my programs are stored. Then enter less, or I'm just going to write a new program right now. So by using VI editor, VI. So for example, I'm just going to write this as actually matching MATCH multiple pattern dot sh match multiple pattern dot sh. How to begin with the shell script? It begins with the interpreter line, that is hash followed by symmetry, then USR, that is the path of the shell, right? Slash bin. Correct? Slash bash, right? Bash. Then, if you want to write a comment line, matching multiple pattern. Then I'm going to write a code here now. First, declare a variable, right? Called ANS or whatever I want, right? Or display message first. Print or echo. Printf. Enter. Or I will write like this here. So, do you want to continue? Do you want to continue? Right? Then just to display if you want here in bracket. So to continue, use either yes or sorry or no. Yes or no. That's the answer. Then slash n. Okay. Then read, take a variable called answer. Then read the value from the keyboard by using read statement. Then write the case. Case. Access the value. This dollar answer. ANS WR answer in, right? So we'll write to the pattern here. What kind of pattern? So for example, if I click on yes or capital Y, okay, simply does nothing. Then N capital. Then exit if you want to come out. Then how to close the case condition now? Reverse the characters, right? E S A C CAC. Okay. Now save the program. Now I want to execute. Before execute, I need to change the permission. 777 match multiple pattern dot sh file. Then run sh space match multiple pattern dot sh. So it is asking the user to input either Y or N, right? If I enter Y, right, it does nothing, right? I didn't specify any statement to execute successfully or successfully. Same way, if I press N, then it comes out, right? Here there's no change. But in order to make some changes here, say for example, see, okay, already date command, execute some command here, so for example, cal. Any command, okay, I'm going to execute cal command. Okay. Now check. Do you want to continue? Yes, if I press or if I enter yes, Y, then it is going to show the output of the cal. Similarly, if I press N, it does come out. Okay. Oh, what happens now? If I enter N or Y, in this case, those things will be stored in the variable answer. Now this will compare with the pattern. Okay. Similarly, not only this, if I enter, see, I want to check for all cases. Capital Y should run the same, right? Small or capital N, this must be also. So I'm just going to modify the same thing with multiple pattern. Okay, basic character classes here. Like what? Say for example, within the character class, S or capital Y, small y or capital Y, then followed by E, capital E or small E, capital E, then followed by any number of character, then display the output of the calc command. Similarly for no, what I'm going to do is within character class N, capital N, then O, sorry, small o, capital O, then followed by, if you want, you can use star to take any number of characters. See, instead of exit, what I will do, if I press no, then I will display date. Now this is also possible. Then I will write one more condition here. Okay. Other than these two things, okay, if I enter star, then it has to come out. Exit now. That's it. Okay. Now check this code. Sorry. Now I'm just modify the pattern, right? What I'm doing, if I press N, Y, it doesn't show the output. Why? The pattern is either small y or capital Y followed by small e or capital E, right? Then followed by any number of characters. So if I enter Y E S, then displays. Okay, not showing, right? We want to continue. Yes. What happened here? Oh, okay, there's a mistake here. Okay, there's a mistake. Okay, to know the mistake, I should. Okay, run this now. Not showing, right? Okay. What mistake? Here you can see the character class is not closed. Now if I enter yes, then displays the character. Or check for all cases, if I enter capital S also displays. If I enter small y, capital E, then displays. Or if I enter yep, displays too, because the first two characters is matched with the pattern. But if I enter something like this, say YUP, then doesn't display, right? Simply comes out. Similarly, if I enter no, right, displays the date command, right? Then if I enter, again displays thing, right? Or if I display, if I display y because of star, right? NO followed by star. But other than these two, right? Say for example, if I enter, so for example, it comes out because of exit. Now this is what actually matching multiple pattern. Now the first case is just a multiple pattern, and in the second case, this example, we are using wildcards. The star, etc., and all are used. Okay, that is VI. The wildcards are used. The meta characters are used. Here, star, right? Or if I just write this as a what now? Question mark, then only one character will be matched. Okay. NO followed by one character will be matched. It doesn't take NOPE. Okay. This is our. This is about a chart match multiple pattern. Understood, guys? Understood or not? Okay, let's go to the next topic quickly. That is the EXPR, computation and string handling. Now this is very important again. The computation and string handling. Okay. Now what is EXPR? EXPR represents the expression or to evaluate the expression. So the Bourne shell uses EXPR command to perform computation. The basic computations are what? Arithmetic operations and the string operations. So it performs arithmetic operations on integers and manipulates strings. Like the basic arithmetic operations are, addition, subtraction, right, and then multiplication and division, as well as modulus also. Modulus. For example, declare two variable and assign these values, that is 3 and 5, to x and y. Okay. Then how to evaluate this? EXPR 3 plus 5 or $x plus $y will display 8. Or EXPR $x minus $y will display 8. Now this is you can do in shell prompt and also in the program also. Okay. Shell program. Similarly, other expression EXPR 3, I want to divide this, right? Sorry, I want to multiply this. 3 star 5. What is 3 star 5? That is 15. But right? Star has a special meaning. It is a meta character. It has a special meaning. So I want to discard the special meaning of star, the meta character star. How to discard the meaning now? Just place the slash in front of the star. So it discards the meaning of the meta character. Now it's a operator now. So this will multiply these two operand. The value will be this. And divide star by star x. Now this is not a meta character, so it is going to evaluate directly. Then modulus. What does modulus tell me? It is a remainder. Right. So EXPR is also used with a command substitution to assign a variable. How? So for example, x equal to 6, y equal to 2, then z value is equal to EXPR $x plus $y. What is $x? 6, $y 2, that is 8 will be assigned to z. If I display that value of z, displays 8. So EXPR can be used to assign the value of a variable or assign the result of any expression to a variable. Example 2, x equal to 5, $x equal to EXPR $x plus 1 incrementing by 1. $x is 5. If I display that value, the value will be incremented by 1, that is 6. Okay, this is okay. Let us discuss about these things again. They're very simple. Okay, let's take the first example about the computation. We take any variable x equal to 0, y equal to 5, or any value you can take. Then EXPR, what I will do is $x. See, I will show you what happens. $5. Now tell me, the result of this evaluation is 3 plus 5, right? Why? Any reason? Guys, see, the syntax of using EXPR is something like this. EXPR, then followed by a space, then the operand, $x is the first operand, then the operand and the operator must be separated by a space, plus, then again space $y. See, now the difference is The result of evaluation will be this. Okay. Similarly, minus then star. Now syntax error. Why? Why tell me? Now why there is syntax error? Because star has a special meaning, right? I want to discard the meaning of star by presenting the what? Backslash. Okay. Then division. Now it is an integer operation, so the result of this division will be 0, right? Or if I replace this, $y, $x. Now the value will be 1, right? 5 by 3, right? The quotient will be 1. Then models. Now the remainder is 2 in this case. So did you understand this case? Now let us see. Now if I do so, what happens now? Any guess? 3 plus 8. Get the result. 3 plus 8 minus 10. Correct? 11 minus 10 is. And you know, this expression will evaluate based on what now? The precedence of the operators. Associativity. Okay. Then let's check with the assignment. Okay, assignment things. That is x equal to, I'm just going to override the value of 6, y equal to, take it as 4. Then I'm assigning z equal to, see, this is, what I'm doing right now is expr, then $x plus $y. There is a syntax error. Why? I am assigning the output of the command to z, so I need to enclose everything, the exp, which is the expression here, within this symbol. Okay, again, it doesn't follow me, right? Command not found. Z equal to okay. Now it is assigned properly. If it is assigned successfully, then returns the prompt back. Echo $. Will display the value. Let's check with this without the trade. It doesn't work. Okay, you need to enclose with the quote. Then display. Okay. Okay. That is how EXPR will work. Then let's go to the next thing, that is incrementing the things here. So for example, take a variable called A, assign this to what? 10. Then A equal to, what I'm doing right now is incrementing. That is EXPR $A plus 1. Then echo $A. Incrementation. Okay. So incrementing the value by 1. Now this is same as actually what now? A is equal to A plus plus. Or just A plus plus, right? Now the second use of AXPR is evaluating the strings. Evaluating the strings. How, let's say. So the EXPR is also used to handle the string. So it can be used for string handling. That is manipulating strings. EXPR uses two expressions separated by a colon. That is the syntax. EXPR uses two expressions separated by a colon. I will show you. The string to be worked upon is closed on the left. Okay. Now the input must be enclosed within, or it should be present to the left of the colon, and the regular expression should be placed to the right. Depending upon the comparison or composition of the expression, the EXPR can perform the following three functions. The first function is determine the length of the string. It is to find the number of characters present in a given string. Second is extract the substring from a given string. The third function is locate the position of a character in the given string. You need to locate a position. And these three functions can be done by using EXPR. If it works on, or if it is active on the string. So for example, the regular expression dot star after the colon. Now this is the colon, right? To the left part should be the string. After EXPR, right? There's a colon here. To the left, to the colon, there must be the string. Now this is the input. And to the right, you are going to write if you want the regular expression. Now, to find out the length of the string, the number of characters present in the given string, use the regular expression called dot star. What is dot? Matches any single character. What is star? Matches any occurrence of the previous character. So it just count the number of characters here now. So this will display 7. Why 7? Just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These characters will display. So a program example is given. See, while echo. Hey, did we discuss about loops, guys? While loop and for loop. Yes. I think we discussed, right? About loops, while and while, for loop and all. Okay, no problem. I think I have discussed, right? So while echo, okay, enter your name, read name. That is a declare variable and get the value for a variable, store it in the variable name. Then if EXPR, not CXPR, dollar name, then dot star. Now this will get you the length of the string. Since the length of the string is greater than 20, then echo name is very long. Else come on. That's it. Simple program. Okay. Now the second way of is actually what now extracting a substring. Now the regular expression given is very simple within single quote. Now this must be a string. The string is defined here, description 7. I just want to extract a string. To extract a string, what I'm supposed to do is the string enclosed by the escape characters. Enclosed by the escape characters. Because why? These brackets has a special meaning. It's a meta character, and it is part of the meaning of this. Then use these regular expression dot dot a backslash, then a bracket, then a pair of dot, and backslash, then close the bracket. Now this will just extract a substring from a given string. How does it extract now? See, first it is going to take the first part of the string. Then if there are only 2 characters, then it is going to extract the last 2 characters. That's it. Then locating position of a character. How to locate the position now? And this is a string given, EXPR, STG. To the left must be a string, then colon to the right must be a regular expression. Then you can see not D. Okay, what is not D? Then star D. Okay, extract the position of the D. How it is going to extract now? Now D is a special meta character. It belongs to the meta character class, which specifies the digit. Okay, or simply use this particular expression, it will extract, or it will locate, or it will find the location of D. This D actually is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, we'll discuss this one by one. Okay, first we'll go with the length of the string EXPR. EXPR. Then the string must be placed within double quote. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatever. Then, now the rule is you need to leave a space after the string and leave a space while specifying the regular expression dot star. That's it. Will returns the length of the string. How many characters are here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's correct. Okay. Similarly, to extract a substring. So what I can do now? Within single quote. Single quote is to identify that as a regular expression. Then dot dot. Okay, there's a mistake here. So I said about this, right? Dollar is the PS1 prompt, primary prompt 1. This symbol is the primary prompt 2, PS1, PS2. We will discuss actually in environment variable, right? See, this is what now? CD. It's a substring, right? Right? Now what this particular is going to match now to me? Substring called CD. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 characters will be matched. Third and fourth character will be matched. If I write this, C, D, E will be matched. 1, 2, right? Discard the first two character. So match with the 3, 4th and 5th character. That's it. If I do this now to me. See, 1, 2, 3, leaving 3 characters in the space. Right? 4th, 5th and 6th character. Now this is what I will do, matching substitute. Then locating position of the character. How to locate the position now? We'll go with the same example again. A regular expression must be followed by a number of character. Then you have to locate it. The presence of D is where actually this fourth character, where this is fine. D. Okay, now see, locate where now, right? You want to locate H. This point at the 8th position. And this is the way where XP can be used on the numbers as well as the strings. Okay.